Nketiah after unfortunately he had to come off at Anfield?
Yes, we had a scan yesterday, and the scan, or the result came back. It was better than our concerns were. So it's a minor muscle injury, and it looks like he will be back after the international break. So he will miss now the 3 games, but then should be back. So that's on the bad side, but it's a positive result of the scan. Chris Richards is back tomorrow, so he's fine. Trained today without any issues, but we will miss Adam again. So he's ill. It's getting better, but we can't. He had fever, and then we don't take any risk, or we can't. We have a responsibility for the players, and that means he will miss this game. And hopefully he's available for Alkmaar. All others are fine.
Okay, and is Chris in a position to start tomorrow? Clearly he was rested against Larnaca. Physically, how's he doing? Because there was a lot of travel with the international break and a lot of games.
Yes, that's my only, let's say, complaint is that the US team, they didn't talk to us, they didn't hear to us, because Chris was struggling with his calf for many weeks. So we talked to them, and he should rest. They're just friendlies, but they played him twice the full, or every single minute, and that's a little bit disappointing. On the other side, we tried to manage the minutes here with resting him against Larnaca, but you can't cheat your body. So the body tells you when he needs to rest, and Chris Body told us that he needs more rest. So let's see. I haven't taken the final decision if I start him tomorrow. He can. It's fine. Everybody, he says he's fine. The medical department says he's fine. Or playing JD again. So again, let's see how my belly is doing in the afternoon.
There's clearly a huge burden on Jean-Philippe Mateta right now. Ideally, he wouldn't have played 45 minutes against Liverpool. It's good news that Eddie will potentially miss only 3 matches, but who do you see as being potential options that can cover at number 9 if you want to give Jean-Philippe some time off?
First of all, Jean-Philippe never wants to have off. And we have, of course, from the squad, from the players who were here, Ismail Assar, who can play up front, and we have Uche, who can play up front. Or maybe if JP has to rest, we have to find a false 9. So we tried this once in the preseason, worked quite well, to be honest. And again, it's for us now. I don't see any problem with JP the next 3 games, and then Eddie should be back. And also we have to find solutions when the Africa Cup is played in December and January. It looks like we will miss Ismaila and maybe Uche for 9 or 10 games, and we have to find solutions, and we will find one.
Do you like the idea of playing with a false 9, or do you prefer having a front man?
If he scores like JP is scoring, then I like to have a front line. Now when I was a manager, yes, we always had front lines. We had, of course, JP here. We had Kolumani, Rafa Boré. At Frankfurt, we had Wout Weghorst. At Wolfsburg, and I had also 1 or 2 because I played 4-4-2 in Linz. So 2 strikers, 2 9s, and of course, I like to have a number 9, and of course, its main goal his main job is to score goals.
It was a brilliant win against Liverpool on Wednesday, but now moving forward, how concerned are you by the potential prospect of playing 4 matches in just 8 days, potentially 2 matches in 3 days?
Honestly, I can't believe that this will be fixed in that way. So because I think this would be irresponsible for the players, and everybody. And we have responsibility for the players, and we have to look after their welfare, and that's our main responsibility, and not just ours here at the club. I'm really upset when I heard it the first time yesterday. I couldn't even believe it that they are considering this, but I'm really upset because I spoke about this issue 3 months ago when I looked at the schedule. So then in the summer, in the off season, there are people who have to work on the schedule, and I would really prefer if they talk together. And because you have international games, you have the 2 cup competitions, and you have the Premier League games. So it would be nice if UEFA, Premier League, FA and EFL talk together, because it's not so surprising that this can happen. And then, not now finding something that maybe where you can't find a solution, so get it organized, get it sorted before. And this is what really makes me upset, and then just to say, okay, then they should play, because this would be, again, it's irresponsible playing Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and that was, I mean, it's Premier League, EFL and UEFA, and but because it's about players' welfare, from my side, we can play every single day, so I have the easiest job, you know, we don't have to plan the training, hold a team talk and players, so come on, let's go. But, and what really surprises me, and of course I let's say investigated a little bit what is common sense, and there was a meeting in July in New York where the FIFA met different players' organizations, and there was, and the suggestion of the FIFA is the highest, let's say, board or highest organization in football, they suggest a mandatory 72 hours between two competitive games. And now, here in England, they say we don't care what they are telling us. So that was really, that makes me upset. I think you hear it when I'm talking about it. And again, there is a solution. There is a solution, because the week after the 21st, we play 21st, we play at Leeds, and then the next is 28. So there is 1 week, and then there was a huge discussion why there is no boxing. There are no boxing days. And again, they fixed all these games without talking to the other ones. So we now play on 21st. We have to, because we play on the 18th. Then it's Sunday. So we play 28th. Then we moved our game to the 1st of January. Arsenal play on different days. So just wait what the draw was 3 days ago, and then fix the games. Yeah. So that's what I really don't understand. And that's why I really push very, very hard and strong that they don't let us play 3 games in 4 days, because again, it's irresponsible.
Do you see the solution being playing this match against Arsenal on the 23rd or even on the
23rd is the same, 21st and 23rd, yeah, you have to move then the Leeds game to the 20th, but then we have to move the UEFA game to Wednesday. It's the last game in the conference day. Usually they take place at the same time everywhere, on the same time everywhere. Then it would be nice if EFL, Premier League and UEFA talk together. That's their job, and that's what they get paid for, and this is what I expect. And otherwise play on the 24th. I think 2 years ago there were 2 games on the 24th, and if not, play on the 26th. Move our game to Monday 29th. Then you can play on the 1st of January. But of course, it also affects Arsenal and all our opposition. So that's what I mean. Wait until the draw is done, and then fix it and find the best solution for the players' welfare. Not for Oliver Glasner, not for Crystal Palace, for the players' welfare. And I think that's why the fans are going into the stadiums and watch all these games. They want to see the best players on the pitch. And again, it's our responsibility from everybody who is involved to look after their welfare.
You spoke about fans wanting to see the best players on the pitch. Do you think you may have to be in a situation where you prioritise one cup competition over another? Because can a professional side play 2 matches against such quality opposition in the space of 3 days?
Again, I expect that this doesn't happen. I expect it. And as long as they don't tell us we have to, I don't think about it, because again, it's irresponsible, and then we have to talk about it. Maybe again, if we have injured players, and I just read that Real Madrid demands £4 billion from FIFA, UEFA compensation, and maybe if we have injured players, we need to demand compensation, because again, so there is AFCON as well. So that means maybe we don't have all these professional players. And on the other side, and that's what I mentioned when we played now at Liverpool. So then there are coming thousands of people, of fans into the stadium, paying money. Yeah, maybe it's the first experience in watching these games. Then they want to see the best players. They don't want to see that we say, okay, then we play with our under 18. And so that's what I mean. I expect that this doesn't happen.
Oliver Glasner here. If I could just go back to Wednesday, firstly, if you don't mind. I mean, the second goal in particular was absolutely brilliant. The fans call it Glasner ball, which I'm sure you're probably aware of.
Really? I couldn't have played this ball. I wasn't good enough. I couldn't play Dyche's ball, and what the front three did, I couldn't do as well.
I'm sure you could have done. You're too
No way.
I mean, in all seriousness, the breaking between the lines, the movement, the interplay, is that type of goal the blueprint for you, the example for you when you set your teams up?
Yes. Yeah, of course, this is how we want to play, but you can't always do it, and because there's an opposition. But in this, because it was also we won the ball back in their half, we lost it, and then with a great rest defense and made pressure winning the ball, and then also not playing back and just stay in position. So Daichi Kamada always had the viewer looked that he can play to our attacking players, and they were connected. And then honestly, what I loved is this creativity, because we're talking also about freedom in this area. Then Ismaila plays with one touch behind his foot. Eddie is not in move. He doesn't even touch a ball, but his run creates the space for Ismaila, and so and then Jeremy takes a good decision at the finish. Yes, was a great goal, and but we had a few others where we didn't score, where we said it's like what I really liked in this game. We showed the players today also in preparation for Brentford, because again it's gone, but it's of course it's always talking about our game. We can't change the style we are playing within 2 days. We don't want to change the way we are playing, but also we have to respect Brentford's way of playing, and maybe they don't give us these areas, then we have to use other areas. I think the first goal was a little bit similar. Yeah? We came more from the side, from wide areas, but we had good numbers, good movements in the box, and that's what we're always trying. Yeah? Whatever the opposition is doing, that we know what to do, we know where we can find space, and then of course take advantage from it.
You mentioned Daichi Kamada there. He seems to be getting better and better with time. There were times a little bit last season where he was questioned. What does it say about his character that he has essentially come out the other side and that he is improving?
Yes, it's how I know him and how I knew him. He's a great guy. He's a little bit he's quiet, he's not the loudspeaker in the dressing room, but he's so professional and he's always available. And yeah, he struggled at the beginning with the physicality of the Premier League, like many others. And I had a talk with the chairman, and he said, he's involved in the Premier League for more than a decade and much longer than I am. And he said, yeah, usually we said, okay, it takes 1 year to adapt to the Premier League, and now we expect them to adapt within 1 week or 2 weeks. So also to stay patient and always supporting the players, and that's what this is the way we are working with our players, to support them as long as we see 100% effort in every single training, every single day. They get all the support, and then at the end it's up to them. But the Daichi, for us, we always knew and we always believed in him that he has the quality to be a dominant Premier League player, and he shows it.
Jeremy Pino was great at Anfield the other night as well. I just wondered how he's feeling after such a good performance. And speaking a few weeks ago, he spoke about how when you chatted to him when he was joining the club, he liked the idea that you gave him the freedom and the confidence to play and play how he wants to. How difficult is it as a manager to get the balance right between giving players the freedom and confidence to play, but also being disciplined in knowing what they need to do for their team?
Yes, I think out of possession they have no freedom, so we're zero freedom. Then it's all about patterns and that everybody can rely on each other. But in possession, yes, we want. When you are a Premier League player, when you are an international player, like all our attackers or many of in any club, we also have to trust them that they can take right decisions on the pitch. We just want to show them spaces, areas where they can show their quality, and this is with Jeremy. And again, if we always put him into the last line where he has the 190 centre back in his back, he loses his strength because he's not the most physical player. But with his intelligence and with his movement between the lines, and also then it was like Liverpool mirrored us. So then when he always stays on the same position, it's quite easy to get marked. Yeah? And then we say, okay, you are free. You don't always have to hold this position, but that you don't play like a centre back or don't play like a full back. So in these areas you have freedom. Yeah? Between the lines you can overload one side, you can be wide. If they close the middle, go wide, create an overload in wide areas. If there are gaps like there was in the second goal, for example, then move more inside, and that's the freedom we give them. But of course we don't want him to drop behind our centre backs, because we need these players in these areas where they can score goals, and that's what, again, and I think also we could see that he was sometimes struggling with the physicality of the Premier League, and but it's the same like with Daichi. We support him because when you see him, how hard he was working at Liverpool, also out of possession, how often he doubled up, how often he ran back and did his job in an excellent way, then we support him, and so that's why I think at the end he got the benefit with an assist and a goal.
As for Brentford, they're on good form, won 4 out of 5 in all competitions. What have you made of them so far?
Yeah, of course, I watched their last game against Liverpool, because these were our next two oppositions, and I was impressed, honestly, how they played there, the energy they had, how quick they played in behind, the pace they have, especially with Schade and Guattara. Igor, the striker, after suffering an ACL when they signed him, shows that he's a goal scorer, and he scored, I think, about 30 goals in Belgium as well. Damsgaard behind, very intelligent, great players, always find the right moment to passing, and all the others. It's a clear structure, very, very physical. Also now when they play RGR as a left back, that means many tall players, and then getting the game into the final third. Of course, long throw-ins, set plays. Quite impressed. Also, they have a good mix between pressing you high, very often in a man-to-man shape, and then dropping into a deep block and be very, very compact. And yes, on the other side, it's Premier League game. Expect a good challenge for us, and a very intense game like always. But today it was just we were 35 minutes on the pitch, but players really looked great, and so we have confidence, and then looking forward to this game.
Given how much disruption long throws have caused goalkeepers this season, Dean Henderson strikes me as the type of character, the type of personality that would enjoy and thrive off the chaos and the challenge that long throws would bring. Is that the case?
He has to. When you are the keeper, then it's and that's good when it's also when you come in from abroad. Maybe you're not used to what's going on in the boxes here in England, but Dean grew up in England. He knows English football, and he's used to the way your keepers get blocked from 1-2 players, and then you have to be smart, to be strong, that you maybe can get the ball. And on the other side, they scored 2 after throw-ins. We scored 2 after throw-ins, so maybe it's a throw-in battle tomorrow.
There's been so much talk this season about style of play. I just wondered what your thoughts were on how important it is to have identity when it comes to a style of play, and how important it is to also be adaptable and flexible.
It's I just can tell the players what I'm believing in, and I think every manager has what he's believing in, on the pitch, outside the pitch, in the locker room, how you want your environment, and then I have to be authentic. I can't copy anybody else, and so and that's when I talk about identity. It's not just how we play on the pitch. It's our work ethic. It's our how we deal with each other, how we support each other. And again, here is a great group. You know, when new players are arriving, for example, and JP sometimes takes them for dinner, and these are all like soft skills, yeah. But that helps you to feel well, to feel integrated, and all this is that's for me identity. It's like, and I just think every successful company in the world has a corporate identity, and if you don't have it, maybe you can be successful, but I don't know how long, and especially do you get the maximum success, and that's why I personally think it's important to have an identity, but that never means, let's say, Oliver Glasner's identity is right and somebody else's identity is wrong. I just can be and tell the players and talk about my values, and I don't expect anything I wouldn't live on my own and I wouldn't stand for. You know, so that's why I think we have a great environment here, but therefore you need great players, great characters, great persons, and that's what we have.
Just finally, Steve Parish gave a really interesting interview this week. One of the things he said in it, talking about yourself and talking about identity, he said you don't believe in any circumstance that you can't win a football match. I just wondered, where does that belief, where does that personal belief come from? Were you born with it? Is it trained? Do you have to remind your players of it at times?
Yes, because sometimes I lost games, and then they told me, I was told, yes, the others were too good, we have to accept it, we have no chance. I don't want to accept, honestly. I don't want to accept. And I think we proved it quite often to win. And not here just with Frankfurt, we were winning at Camp Nou against Barcelona. Yeah? And here we were also winning against, let's say, the biggest teams in the country. And you can't achieve anything if you don't believe in it. That's just, you know, why should you achieve something if you personally don't think you can do it? Yeah. So and on the other side, it's the difference between football and maybe basketball or handball is it's a low score game. Yeah. So one situation can decide. So and why? It's one situation can decide if you win a game or not. So why you shouldn't be able to create this one situation? Yeah? And to be honest, in the FA Cup final, we had this one situation in our attack. We took it, and then it was defending with every single phase, and that's why we could win. Yeah? And that's maybe the difference, and that's maybe why football is the most popular sport in the world, because it's unpredictable. Whereas when, let's say in basketball, you have 100 shots, you can miss a few, you have still easily the chance to win it. But in football, that's my experience, that's my belief. And on the other side, when I start to believe that we are not able to win a game, then it's time for me maybe to retire or to leave.
So you're not going to be a basketball coach or manager anytime soon?
No, I'm not good enough for being a basketball coach.
Thank you very much.